Hey everyone, I'm here to talk through my construction of some DIY acoustic treatment panels. Okay, starting off with a trap that is designed to go in the corner of the room as a bass trap. So construction is very straightforward. It's literally just pine, batten, held together with screws and the classic PVA glue to fix it. So gluing and screwing, as they call it. Very simple construction. The nice thing is, if you get it slightly wrong, that's fine. All you have to do is simply break the glue bond, set it how you want to, and then let it set again. Glues nowadays set in something like an hour or two, so this isn't going to break the bank and you'll get a perfectly sturdy frame. Take time to think through your diagram so that you know exactly what shape it's going to be. At the end, you need some kind of material which is presumably aesthetic to go on the front, and as recommended by other people like DIY Perks, you can simply get an old blanket or towel and tack that on the back to retain the material. The material itself is a rockwool based acoustic insulation, very similar to thermal insulation. Take care when handling this. It's allegedly nowhere near as bad as fiberglass, but there is no reason not to be too cautious. So as always, gloves, wash your hands, wear a face mask if possible, and hoover the environment and work in a well-aired environment or outside if you can. Okay, so we've made our triangular prism, and the tricky bit then was to stuff in the actual material to form the insulation. So that was number one. Number one had a slight flaw, which is that although there is a certain amount of stiffness and form retention in the sound insulation, it's not great. So version 2, very similar to its older brother, has some retaining bars just to try and keep the material slightly flatter, and I think you can tell which one it is there. Finally, to use up some of the remaining wood and facing material, it was time to make an actual flat panel. This is just two squares glued and screwed, joined together by some very small battening cut to give you a moderate thickness. I chose roughly 6 to 7 centimeters, which should be enough to be detectable, but it's not a giant chunk to try and stick on the wall somewhere. Given the thing is so thin, best to take more care and make sure that it's actually cuboid. Then fill it, cover it with fabric, make sure everything's stapled up, and boom, this is what you get. So, thanks science nerds, and as ever, bays.